I'll next request Dr. Mohammad Sabur Khan, who's the chairman of Daffodil International University and Daffodil Family from Bangladesh, to speak.
First of all, thank you very much, and thank you to all of the panelists. For all of you, definitely it's a wonderful discussion, especially Datu Joyce. You, I think he already pointed out some of the good points. So I just like to share my screen. So again, I understood the topics, the making Asia global education hub. As Datu is already mentioned, the 62.9% population is dominated by the Asia region. So it is a really great opportunity for all of us, those who are already doing and contributing in the education sector. And I'm sure that considering the Asia's economical growth and considering the Asian economical backbone, people's mindset and geographical position and everything, I'm sure that everybody will agree with us that yes, that definitely the Asia can play a very good role. And of course, the Higher Education Institute has the key player to develop the right people and to develop the student as per the demand of the industry. As every speaker has already mentioned, that data-driven economy, the Industrial Revolution 4, a lot of the mindset is changing. I'm sure that due to cause of the COVID-19, we also realize, as Datu is already mentioned, that online learning, hybrid learning, I think a lot of technological disruption is already going on. I'm sure that after COVID-19, whenever the student will come to the class, the teachers need to also develop. So that is why I should say that the educational institute, especially the higher education institute, should play the very good role. No doubt, we already know about this QS times and other things, but it's my personal view. I'm sure that everybody will agree with me that sometimes we are fighting for the ranking, but it's not. It does not. It's really a matter because always we proudly represent that our ranking position is this thing. But at the same time, we must have to careful. We must to look focus about the outcome because how much student is really get benefit, how much that we can cater and we can comply the requirements of the industry. And of course, I'm sure that a lot of cases, the ranking or compliances, they are whatever condition they are putting, maybe they are not look after each and every point. But as a university, as an institute, I'm sure that not only the ranking, we should also look after about the placement and other facility like research, like this outcome-based education, and of course the industrial. And a lot of cases, I'm sure that everybody will agree with me. A lot of research is going on but how much it is going to be the commercialized, how much it is going to be affecting. So that is the one of the key question because I'm being a founder of this university because I'm a completely a businessman. So my background is I was the former president of Dhaka Chamber of Commerce and I was also the former president of Bangladesh IT Association. So being serving this both association and chamber, I realized that the university and definitely the faculty also need to comply with the requirements of the industry. And I'm so sorry, a lot of cases we are not seeing that our faculty move to the industry. They are talking with the industry people. They are moving to the right places and asking them what exactly they need to produce and to change the course curriculum. But again, I should say that this is the one of the trend because everybody in their publicity, in their credibility, they are already imposing that my ranking position is this thing. And of course, as a Daffodil University, I must say that we are also eager. We also are eager that if we are not positioned in the times, we are not positioned in the QS ranking. Of course, I think that our mentality and our feelings is also not going to be the positive. So again, my intention is definitely the real impact should be the outcome based. And you see that this is the example. So I know that I'm just giving this example because it's Albert Einstein, so it's not mine. So I always love to say that you see, as you see, our education system still is going on in 200 years back. The whatever the classroom, whatever teacher will give the lecture to the student. They always consider that all of the student in the same quality. But we are trying to make understand to the teacher because all of the students are in the same merit. A lot of them has the different attitude, different creativity. So, but we are imposing the same exam. We are importing the almost the same policy. So, like as Albert Einstein, I think that he already making that our education system, everybody is genius. But if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing that it is stupid. So I'm sure that I fought with my teacher also, and thanks to our faculty, a lot of cases I successful, but of course, 90% cases I did not make myself successful because they always compare to the other
I
university.
check all the what the people say.
So I should say that this is the time, because after COVID-19, I'm sure that if we can make a change, we can
Go and talk.
share each of we are sharing our best practices. I'm quite sure that we can learn from each other. So that will be also uplift really our I should say the ranking and definitely the image of the university. And I always love to say that the God is already creating the whole people. I think that the people from Adams and Eve to until today, I think everyone fingerprint is different. Everyone DNA is different. Everyone, the everything is different. So, but why we are not focusing, considering the people, considering the student creativity, student mindset? You see the primary education, secondary education, everything, I think is a very bad luck, because we are focusing to the book, rather we are not focusing to the student mindset, student creativity. Our parents is also, they are not also moving their kids also in the proper direction. So that is why I should say that the higher education institute should play a very good role, that while focusing education system should be the case to case, should be the changing mentality. And definitely I should say that as the fingerprint can identify who is he, I'm sure that by this way we can also change some role model in the education system. And of course, as a lot of research is going on, so why this sorts of research is not going on? That's my question also. And maybe you can ask some of this question to me, so I'll give the one reply later on. And I'm sure that the Pizital is also one of the common source. That nowadays without technology it is impossible, as Dato Jayas is also mentioned, because the technology is now we have no way. So you see that the physical and digital, these both things now need to be merged. And of course, the hybrid system and online learning and the interactive system, how much we can adapt and how much we can get the attention of the student. And that should be the one of the key criteria in future to sustainable of the higher education institute. And I should say find the best practices, which I already last few years I'm trying repeatedly to saying. Luckily, I'm just representing one of the largest association. It's called the Association of the University of the Asia Pacific. So I've just elected as the first vice president. So last board meeting, I'm lucky that we already adopted a one resolution that all of our partnering, all of our member university, we will send a one letter to know the best practices, because various universities doing various good job. So I think this is time to know each other, and this is time to learn from each other, so that the best practices we can learn from one to others and then implement in our university. And by this way, I'm quite sure that we can also uplift our ranking. As I already mentioned, the ranking only not should be the these times and QS. I think if the student is get the confidence, if the employer is getting the confidence about the university, I'm sure that by automatically ranking should be going to be the uplift. And its research, as I already mentioned, the research should be focused on the real world impact, because our teacher, I'm so sorry, I don't like to undermine to any of the faculty, but as I told, because due to cause of my background, I always talk with our teacher. I think the teacher already feel proud that I have 100 plus research in Scopus. I have 200 plus Scopus journal. I have the publication, but I always tell them that how much you are really make it effective, make it commercially viable. So what the world is getting the impact after you in proper research. So this is the time also I should say the higher education institute, especially the decision makers should also play a very good role. So the faculty, those who are already involved in the research, they should think that the impact should be the prior criteria, and impact should be the judged by his judgment, not to the number. And again, the university, I should say that the university need to strive to be nucleus research collaboration. Yeah, I'm already research collaboration, academic and industrial. And again, I should say that okay, the ensure the teachers training, because one of the panelists already mentioned. So why education system is we are fighting? We already faculty told to the class that please think about the blue ocean, but we are moving education system in the red ocean. So anyway, I'm just giving some very examples, some few of the initiative we are taking in our university. So we are just implementing one student, one laptop. We are giving them, you see that some employability 360 course, it is a mandatory. We also define our course, art of living. So the ethics, morality, tolerance, creativity, this can be coming to a student. We already introduced teaching apprenticeship fellowship. So before joining to the teacher, I think we already make it mandatory for the teaching apprenticeship fellowship. So these sorts of lot of changing we are trying on our own limitation. So thank you very much and wish all of you good luck.